What's up, guys? Hi, welcome to today's workout. Just as I've been doing these other upper body sessions, I started off with the bench press. This is the exercise which I'm going to be the most focused on throughout this program, along with the deadlift. It's very important for me personally that I increase my bench press strength, that I increase my chest strength, and so on. My overhead press has pretty much always been kind of better than my bench, and a big plan and goal with this program is to take a multi-month phase, a very long phase of bench press specialization focus, so that I actually bring up my pecs, which are going to be vital for me hitting bigger benches. I've been stuck at around the 100 kilo level for many years. I haven't gotten significantly past it. 115 is the best I've ever hit, and I don't believe I've hit it at all this whole year. I think I hit it last year. So, I've been below my maximum level for a long time now, and I want to get back. But I will do it slowly, I will do it patiently. I'm adding 1 rep on one of the 3 sets per week. So this day, it was a bit more difficult than it was on Monday. I feel that the fatigue kind of accumulates throughout the week. My current program, I'm doing 5 days in a row of training, followed by 2 days of rest, which means that, especially in the latter half of that week of training, obviously some fatigue is going to accumulate, even though my chest, shoulders and triceps are pretty well recovered from the Monday to the Thursday. I still have systemic fatigue. But as you can see here, the speed isn't super good, and hitting, for example, 3 doubles today would have probably not been possible. I'm not quite there yet, although I will be there in 2 weeks' time. I'm going to give my body the time it needs to increase that strength, to put that muscle on, to get those, to get my bones even, my connective tissue stronger and better, so that I can be prepared for the bigger amounts of reps and volumes that I'm going to be doing in the future. There are many ways you can progressively overload. I usually pretty much only do weight at reps, but in this program, I'm using a few different methods. So on the bench, it's going to be increasing reps and therefore increasing volume as well. However, on these chin-ups, I'm doing 10 down, and my goal is to do it timed so that I'm going to try to do it faster and faster. The ultimate goal here is to do 10 down chin-ups in under 10 minutes, which means that my average rest interval during these is going to be less than 1 minute, since part of each minute is used for doing a set. So obviously I'm not using any even rest periods on this. That would be really weird when you get into 3, 2 and 1 reps. Rather, I'm using longer resting periods in the beginning, followed by shorter and shorter as I have less and less reps to complete. The first 3 sets of these, I'm pretty sure I do more than half of the workload of the 10 down. So 10 down, I believe, is 55 reps. And the first 3 sets, I am doing 19 plus 7, which is 26 reps. So I'm doing 26 out of 55 reps on the first 3 sets, which obviously means that if I were to do those in the first 3 minutes, that would be a very uneven workload across the maybe 13 minutes I'm doing this. So I listen to my body and I take kind of the natural amount of rest that I feel like I need, which is maybe 1 to 2 minutes, kind of depending on how difficult it is. And the plan here, as I said, is to get under 10 minutes, which is probably going to take a couple months, to be honest. It's really difficult. I have done 10:50 something, but at that point I was lighter, and I believe that I'm starting to gain weight now naturally off of getting back into the training, which means that especially on, for example, pull-ups and chin-ups, which are pure calisthenic exercises, especially when you're looking at this, which is volume in a compressed time period, the workload increases quite a lot if I increase my body weight by only 2 kilos, which means that repeating that 10:54, which I believe is my best on these, is actually going to be significant progress, since I will probably be 2 kilos heavier by that point. But these are really, really tough. They challenge my forearms a little bit, but mainly they challenge my lats and my biceps. And to be honest, I thought that my biceps would be a limiting factor on the chin-ups, but really they haven't been at all. It's pretty much only been my lats which have hit failure, which I don't think is a problem, since the stronger my lats get from hitting failure, the more reps I'll be doing, which means it will tax my biceps. So as long as I continue with that progressive overload, it's not like my biceps are miles ahead of my lats. They will still get a very significant training response. I mean, I'm doing 55 reps total on chin-ups, which is quite a significant volume given the fact that I weigh 86 kilos. Yeah, so then I did a set of overhead press and a set of upright rows. These are new. I haven't really ever done these, but in this program, these are going to be a very big, very important part of what I'm doing for the shoulders. So my plan with my shoulders is I've really decreased the volume. I'm doing one single set of overhead pressing, but I'm doing one set of these as well. So the point is to kind of get a new exercise in, build up some kind of new parts of my shoulders, including my rotator cuffs, which I've never really worked on specifically. Building up my traps a bit more, building up my rear delts. As you can see here, my rear delts are really tensing on these on the way up there. You can see that they're popping. So this is a very significant exercise in my program. It's going to be very important to kind of really build up that big masculine shelf on the top of my shoulders and my traps. As you can see here, I'm not as big as I was. My muscles have atrophied. I'm not there yet, but I am getting closer, and I believe maybe in during the 1 month to 6 week mark of this program, I'm on the 2 week mark right now, I will probably be back to full strength. And finally, I finished off with these neck circuits. I increased my neck circumference by 4 centimeters in a single month doing this neck circuit, which basically consists of going to failure on the front and the back of the neck 3 times in a row without rests. So this is a very tough, very challenging and painful way of training. And now that I've increased the weight to 10 kilos from 5 kilos, it's quite a lot easier since I hit failure much earlier. However, it isn't really a perfect weight. It's a bit too heavy. So I'll probably be looking into doing 7.5 kilos, which is probably a very good happy medium between 5, which is quite a bit too light, and 10, which is a bit too heavy. That's all I have to say on today, and I'll see you guys on my leg day. Goodbye.